Hi everyone. If you are just starting to explore the ways to run your favorite Android apps on your PC, or if you've been using a third-party Android emulator like BlueStacks but are not quite happy with it, perhaps because it consumes too much of your PC's RAM, or it crashes every now and then there is a good news for you. Google has just released its latest Google Play Games on PC developer emulator based on Android 14, which offers a more robust, stable, and efficient Android device virtualization. As you can see here, this Google Android emulator consumes only about 1% of CPU resource and less than 500 megabytes of RAM while idling. Although it is a Google Play Games emulator for developers, it can also be used by end users not only to play games, but also to run apps and read books. To be able to run Android apps on your PC using this new Google Android emulator, you'll only need three things. First, for better performance, you'll need a PC that meets at least the minimum requirements for running this emulator. Secondly, you'll need this latest Google Play Games on PC emulator. And lastly, you'll need the app's APK files, which you can get from the internet. Alright, let me begin with the PC requirements. So as stated here on the official Google Android emulator page, your PC has to have a processor that has at least 4 physical cores, 8 GB of RAM, a GPU of at least Intel UHD graphics 630 or its equivalents, a hardware virtualization support, and a Windows 10 or higher. In addition, Google also strongly recommend that your storage media is of type SSD for faster speed, and that your Windows hypervisor is turned on. To check if your PC meets these requirements, open the system information. On the system summary, under processor, it should tell you the number of physical and logical cores of your processor. Under installed physical memory, you should see your PC's RAM capacity. Then to find out your GPU model, expand components, and then click display. Under the display name, you should see the exact model of your GPU. And to check if your PC support hardware virtualization, go back to the system summary and scroll down to the last 4 items. You have to make sure that the values of all the 4 Hyper-V items are yes. If their values are other than yes, you may need to enter your PC's BIOS to enable the hardware virtualization support at the BIOS level first. And lastly, if you are running Windows Pro or Enterprise Edition, you may choose to turn on the hypervisor manually prior to the emulator installation. To do that, click the Start menu button, type Windows Features, and then click Turn Windows Features on or off. On the Windows Features dialog, check Hyper-V, and then click OK. But if you're running Windows Home Edition, you may let the Android emulator does it for you when it is run for the first time after the installation. So after the Hyper-V is successfully turned on, restart your PC for the new feature to take effect. Alright, once you have verified that your PC meets all the requirements, you can go ahead and install the Android emulator. So open the link to the Google Android emulator on this video's description, and you should be brought to this page. Click the Download Stable Edition button to download the Google Play Games on PC emulator's online installer. Then run the downloaded file to begin the installation. It may take a few minutes depending on your internet connection speed. Once successfully installed, launch the emulator. Upon being launched for the first time, it will immediately open your web browser and ask you to log into your Google account. After you successfully log into your Google account, you may close your web browser and the emulator will begin its initialization. While loading, it will show you a tip on the important keyboard shortcut keys for navigation of this emulator. Once it's successfully loaded, it will show a pop-up dialog asking you if you want to allow USB debugging. This is a very critical step in this setup process, as a wrong answer to this dialog will make you unable to install your apps later. So make sure you check Always Allow from this computer, and then click Allow. Alright, so this is the home screen of the emulator or the virtual Android device. It looks almost empty, with only a search box at the top and the Play Store icon at the bottom. But if you click and drag your mouse up on the screen, a bottom slider with 5 pre-installed apps will appear. Out of these 5 apps, the built-in Google Play Store is perhaps the most important one. With this Play Store, you can get fully compatible verified Android games and books to run on this emulator. However, you cannot find any apps on this Play Store, so we'll have to use other ways to install them, which is what this tutorial is mainly about. So as the tip shown when the emulator was loading says, to go back to the previous screen, we can press Ctrl-B on the keyboard. And then to go back to the home screen, we can press Ctrl-H. And then to check the Android version used by this emulator, you can open the Settings app, scroll down, and then click About Device. On the About Device, scroll down, and you will see that this emulator uses Android 14, which is the latest Android version as of August 2024. Alright, now we have come to the last but the most interesting part of this tutorial, which is installing apps or games that are not available on this emulator's Play Store. To install those apps, first we will need to get their APK files externally, either from the internet or from your own source. If you get the APK files from the internet, please take note that there are two types of APK files available out there, the verified APK files and the non-verified ones. The verified APK files are already verified by Google that they are safe to install and are of type APK, while the non-verified ones are not verified by Google and hence no guarantee on their safety and are usually of type XAPK. For this tutorial, I'll get the APK files we need from apkmirror.com. Now before I start downloading any APK files, to make the app's installation steps that I'll be explaining later clearer and easy to follow, let me first create a folder named APK in the root of the C drive. We'll use this folder to store all APK files that we want to install on this emulator. So now I'll go back to apkmirror.com, and as an example, I'll just get the APK file of WhatsApp. I'll save this file on the APK folder that I just created on the C drive. Once the download is complete, open the APK folder where the file is being saved. As you can see here, the file name is very long and quite cryptic. So to make our lives easier later, let's rename it to a much shorter and simpler one. But please make sure that you keep the .apk at the end of the file name. Alright, now we are ready for the final step, which is to install it using the Android Debug Bridge or ADB command line tool that comes with this emulator. To do that, click the Windows Start menu button, type CMD to search for the command prompt, and then click Run as administrator. Now before we can run the ADB tool, we will need to change our working directory to the ADB tools location. So open your File Explorer, go to C drive, and then open Program Files, and then Google, Play Games Developer Emulator, Current, and finally Emulator. Now click anywhere on the empty area of the address bar to select the full path of this directory. After that, right-click on it, and then click Copy. Now go back to the command prompt, type CD followed by a white space, and then right-click anywhere on the command prompt to paste the full path of the ADB tool we just copied. After that, simply press Enter on the keyboard to change the current or working directory to the ADB's directory. Now before we execute the APK installation command, let's verify that the emulator or our virtual Android device is online and ready. To do that, type ADB devices on the command prompt, and then press Enter. And as you can see here, our emulator is online and ready. Now to install our WhatsApp APK, simply type ADB install, followed by the full path and the full file name of the APK file. For this example, it should be c:/apk/whatsapp.apk. Please make sure that there is a white space between the command and its parameters. Then press Enter to install the app. If the app is successfully installed, you will get a success confirmation message like this. Now go back to the emulator. Swipe up, and you should see the app you just installed. Double-click to run it. And there it is, an Android app run on a PC through an emulator. Alright, so that's how easy it is to install Android apps on PC using Google Play Games on PC emulator. I hope you find this tutorial useful, and thank you for watching.